Welcome back to my novice 3D tutorials. Um, I was creating this back in April of 2012, but I unfortunately lost the file due to a PC reformat. But thanks to a subscriber named KaseyConn, he was creating this using my tutorial, and he said he would like to see it finished. And he gave me his profile. Well, not his profile, he gave me his file. And I think he said he wanted to see how I did the face. His little model is a little bit different than mine. If you notice from my old videos, his is a little bit more bubblier. He created this right here. And this is different, but it's basically just the same. Everybody got different ways of modeling. Of course, I'm still new to it, so, you know, but I'm glad somebody was actually following my tutorials. And I'm going to keep trying to, keep modeling now that I got the new PC. And that's why also I didn't finish it because he gave me this file back in October. And my old PC was crap and it kept crashing. So what we're going to do is finish his face. I am still new to this, so I might mess up, but it's a learning process. So this should be, this should be his mouth area right here, around this area right here. So what we do is press Shift, click, and then we hold Control. I just want like 3 mouths deep. And what I'm gonna do is close it in at the end. Let me see if I can move that whole area down. You press L for loop, and it loops around and grabs everything. Nope, it's only gonna grab that. So I'm gonna do a shift, click both of those things, minimize it, move it down a little bit. And if you notice, he got like a big smiley face. So what we're gonna do is grab the points here. And if you still got everything in symmetry, everything should move together. I'm gonna give him a nice big smile. I'm hoping, it turns out good. If we remember, we need to I want to make the smiley face. I need to bring this area out as well, because he's gonna have a gaping hole in the mouth, to put the little tongue in, but I don't want to keep his mouth, that big. So what we're gonna do is move the bottom up. Whoops. Hate when I do that. This should be, a little bit close to how his eyes could be easily done with, little button eyes. So the face won't look so distorted. What we're gonna do is move the Move the face area a little bit. Alright. I want to give him a big bumpy face. There we go. And then we can, you know, place a little tongue in there later. Kind of turned out better than I expected. It's pretty cool. Looks okay. The thing right here is that little drop that he has. We might have to, you know, push this in a little bit more. Give him a little point to the mouth. Alright, there we go. He doesn't look so, like, big-mouthed. Hoping he has a little pointy face. Push that back a little bit. Whoops. Did the wrong thing. Alright, let's hope he doesn't have, like, a big pointy face. Alright, we can move the mouth inside or leave it that way. That depends on you. Like, if you want to move the tongue around. There we go. Alright, I think we got it. And then we could paint his mouth is like red. So I haven't done this for a while. It's not red, it's like reddish. We can change these as well if you want. Let's name that mouth. And now that I got a program, that I reinstalled a program named Poser, and it works way better on this PC. I'm gonna try to see if I can rig him to see if I can move him around. So his eyes, you just basically do. I need to fix that. Hold on. And then we just change it to material, to the mouth material. There we go. His eyes, we can do small circles, cylinders, not really sure. We can do small spheres and flatten them out. Let's rename this to eyes. Of course, it's going to be black. Oops, you got to move them a little bit forward. Just move them around any way you wish. Alright, they have to lie flat on his face. It's not gonna look good. Or around his face. Seems like they touch around the mouth area. Strange looking Pokemon, and it's not even close to his face. Alright. I'm gonna try to see if I can bend the eyes. If you want to make a copy, you make control copy. Control C, control V makes a copy of the thing you just did. Or the object that you have, highlighted. Now we need to, spin this around. Now we need to fix this eye right here. Not bad for my first try. Alright, I still need to fix, his eye area. I need to make this, at least blend in to his eye, or at least round it out a little bit. I can round it out, and half of his eye could be sticking in, half of his eye could be sticking out. Like right there. If we like this eye better than this eye, we can delete this eye and put it to this side. So that eye looks pretty, better than the previous one. And it fits, you know, kind of sticks in, kind of sticks out. So what we do is, again, Control C, Control V. We can delete this one. This one seems like it's a perfect eye. We just spin it around a little bit and then push it and push it back. And it all worked out. Sweet. We still need to do the little tongue and this area right here. All right. I think his eyes still need to be a little bit lower. Or his mouth needs to be a little bit more wider. That depends. But you know, I don't want to keep messing with it and keep fucking it up. So I'm just gonna leave it right there and, you know, mess with his mouth right here. Because he, you know, does have a big smile. So yeah, he looks good like that. And I'll just adjust his mouth right here. Give him a little more smiley face. There we go. There we go. So cute. All right, I'm gonna save here, then take a small break.